Okay, abusia. Yabema kwa ba Šhǒčk so ereba POG Media so. Yadema ko political highway so highway there. Ensam bebre wo so ayen so. Ya je pene se bem ya bedwafo no ahu de eko. Ene de eba abusia me mbonwura yensem ni mu. Eye international media ena ababebo aban bagben abaso say sa ne bold decision na oteki no waya de papa enye asamketo akra na eye NPP amanyoku no A.Markins ene the speaker of parliament bagben ye no entwa kwan mu kura ama no kranti no eye international media no omu release expose be live on TV eye efa A.Markins ene Supreme Court judges eye almost 6 tape and releasing it live on television all because of the A.Markins say it is a debiano where Johnny Akuffo Supreme Court judges no. There is some connection between Ono and the Supreme Court judges. Releases and the sec tape no highway so any asamketo akra yen Simon Breno ya be pese be me abidwafo no be me akona yakwakuti and some course answer na be kono or and some can be afashe the comment section mu like na share my phone so answer into me and Kevin Taylor I drop a hot details no madam answer
Speaker of Parliament, a Parliament. Now, one more and I insist to say be Parliament, a NPP4. A.Markins, and any NPP4, and on the Krata, a Parliament in some any embraso, and on share Speaker of Parliament to say, Ombra na ombe be Parliament, na yanya den government business. Inti and the Speaker be a Parliament, no edian see.
Unfortunately, the signatories who made the request have not shown up, and therefore matters that they wanted us to handle, which are admitted for the consideration of the business committee, are not on the order paper, and in fact there's no order paper for today because the business committee could not meet due to the absence of the people who requested for the recall. And as you can see, one side of the house is completely empty. In view of this, we have, as usual, got a quorum to sit, but we have no business before us to transact, because the business committee, as you know, they prepare a report, and this report is adopted by the House as business agreed by the House to transact during the course of the week. In the absence of that, there is no other authority that can put business before you which you have not adopted to transact. In view of the failure of the business committee to sit, as a result of the refusal of those who requested for the recall to show up, we are compelled to once again adjourn the sitting of the House. Knowing the challenges we are facing, it is not advisable to be adjourning from day to day. And so I'll proceed once more to adjourn the meeting indefinitely. And the meeting, this extraordinary meeting, is accordingly adjourned.
In the end, they see our Ghana Parliament. No. Last week, MPP4 share Parliament in Brechi. A press conference say, Omo insist say, Speaker of Parliament, Embra Betnas no be Parliament, na yenye ejuma enkasa emwa Ghana. Yema Ghana or minor enkoso Parliament, government business enkoso. After your market the MPP for you a press conference. No, Speaker of Parliament, Enra or a press conference catch a Ghana for say a Ghana for ne to me amano. A Ghana mra ena odiso and asa oshasiye. Constitutional and national se ontena Parliament na ondi jumadi emwa Ghana. In these parliamentarians, Abba normally a woman at the Emra Ashichi Akachen say, be a parliament, no montanasi. Even though as some hona watumuno, or see because Obu Emrano, Odi Ghana constitution is no, Obeti MPP for now, almost say be a parliament in the minimiana, as sama, and we hear pa ewo. Speaker of Parliament, now on your baby also koye, Ojaye, and Obaye, and now making sure and there be a parliament ma Obia Abetanasi. Montias say, this parliament. Sa Parliament we NDC for 137, NPP for 137, and I owe one minority. There's nowhere in this Parliament I owe majority or minority. It is out of respect. And Obi Ebefre Obi a person say oh majority. Obi say oh minority. But there's no official document backing anything in Parliament. And I say in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, no say Afabi a minority in this Parliament. And I say Afambi a majority. Ghana's parliament recognizes numbers. When there's a greater number than the other number, that number automatically becomes majority. As we sit here, this 8th parliament, there's no greater number. All the numbers from the NPP and the NDC side are equal, and there's one independent. At this point, as we speak, it is out of respect. You will be for the gentleman's agreement. It does not mean say you are say, but it is out of respect. And say. So say nipani share or chinano and fro say. You cannot say I want to fight you. Why didn't you call me say? He's calling you say because maybe you are older than him. He's calling you say because maybe a human woman who has experienced the channel. He's calling you say because he feels say that is how or respect for you. He is not calling you say because one friend will say I'll be too much in a tune. And that is what has happened in Parliament to date. The Parliament of Ghana has no minority and has no majority. But as gentlemen and as elderly people and as matured people in our Parliament, they got to a point where they said, to respect each other's views. For people to know, say, we here, we are not kids, gentleman agreement, left can refer to right as minority at a particular time, and right can refer to left as majority at a particular time. It does not. Thank you very much. Out of courtesy. So nobody's entitled to majority or minority. And so can Ghana Constitution now, the Parliament only recognizes a number that is greater and or recognizing as majority. As we speak, there's no greater number in the Republic of Ghana. So we MPP MPs are 137. We NDC MPs are 136.7. And we one minority. So the Parliament of Ghana, there is no majority. So nobody is entitled to the majority status or a particular sitting place in Parliament. Let's get this right. Out of courtesy, somebody can say the next day you cannot say it is out of courtesy. So Akuffo train, Akuffo bus, na se akokora ejina ho, na wo as a young man, na se wo sorry ma akokora tenasia out of courtesy and respect. But the next time akokora beto na wan sorry the akokora cannot say wo bu mraso. It is not a law. Say also sorry free bus. Emma de akokora tenase. And it's now for public transporter. Your baby yes aha omo asebi omo di dem omo akonnwane ena aha omo yan kokora omo akonnwane into bi akokora na abrewa ana onyim no wura basin na baby a wo se emrewa tena ayema na se mete wona man sorry that person cannot sue me enka se chinchina e wo so me sorry man tenase. It will be out of courtesy and America chedi pan say oh e wo mu se baby a wo so tena na ayema entitina ha because we nyini Samanya enyam from so manya untumi insist say men sorry makonwa so, and that is what is playing in Parliament right now. You need to understand in Parliament every day be can you say presidents are very important. And it's na Osha video where let me play this video. Thank you very much team for bringing this in. I'm trying to let this simple thing Nagana for Atias here. Listen to this.
You have the New Patriotic Party wing or caucus in Parliament, together with the independent member of Parliament from Bawumia. and they now constitute the majority group. You have the new Patriotic Party wing or caucus in Parliament, together with the independent member of Parliament from Bawumia, and they now constitute the majority group.
So, what's the Alban Babin or say, number no, sa independent candidates no, essay or person they are a group. So at that point, every time they come to Parliament, say yeah to a bar until say independent candidates to say the NPP is not a majority. Send your Parliament na yeah to a bar. Yeah to one by one head counter. You be busa independent candidates and say obetuako right and now obetuako left. The moment you betu aba independent candidates enye automatic say he is voting NPP. Until during the vote, or no to say I am voting in favor of these people, that will make you the majority group. So technically, in Parliament of Ghana, there's no majority and minority. And I think say the NPP in Parliament led by A.Markins, they are missing one thing. A.Markins is stupid. He's childish. A.Markins has shown continuously that he's not somebody who you can reason with. A.Markins is full of ego. His little ego na he's making every NPP MP look stupid, and that is playing out in Parliament. Because if your leader is intelligent enough, he will understand and he will tell the group say, it does not matter where we sit. If we care about Ghana's development, let us go into Parliament and do what? Do government business. Because we are in Parliament for the people. Time ana ye to meswaba no, ya anto meswaba ewo edina, and I say ya anto meswaba ewo Cape Coast. Ya anka nchem say ko nekotena this part of Parliament. They told me to go to Parliament. Inti saoba parliamenta, your job is to find a seat and then speak and make sure ya bo o no bra. That's your job. So when you come and run out ya konya we so na asimesi abetena so a, you have the right to pick another chair and sit. Because in the parliamentary and also in our constitution, no party has been assigned seat in Parliament. So for the NPP to even say you run Parliament, now ahana debia yetna obia kotena until we are entitled papa dia. And you say ya me a chance me antena wa Parliament ejuma nkoso na sa NPP no mo yo mambo for me nkwasiafo. They have caused financial loss to the state. If it is purely about the business of the day, say about you and me into the Oko Parliament to make sure the obey of Parliament to be favor on the constituency any Ghana, he will not care about where he sits in Parliament. What he'll be caring about is his contribution in Parliament to help Mother Ghana. But because there's an agenda, because A.Markins can kwasiampenyi we no obu MPP forum good etin so mo yin yeah ma menche wa de omo pie free Parliament ntie nsem omo bekan ye.
All these perhaps I call it ex cathedra statement of speaker creating an impression as though those statements he's making are an authority on their own. It cannot be. A true Democrat will respect the rule of law.
Yes.
And that is why we decided to respect him. You know?
Besa bo video no. Nyabotre study omo mugina ne chi no. Won say as much as NPP are foolish, every party omo bibia fe no oko Parliament kra party bia no omo leaders omo mpanifo a obi ha onye chief whip onye leader of a party, but watena Parliament acha they recognize him. Omo ye nipa bia omo kakuo bi ho a omo ni munyam experience nti omo gina wochi kra na okasa obi behu se ampa sampanifo we e na ahya otupa omo dia oka nyina omo foa wo so hwe A.Markins chi omo mugina chi onya nkwasiafo. They are backbenchers, riffraffs, dirty, unnecessary, unimportant materials are omo Parliament. 90% of the time, those behind him, you don't even see them talk in parliament because he is being supported by the little riffraffs, the dirty ones in parliament, who have no idea about what is happening.
All these, perhaps I call it ex-cathedra statement of speaker, creating an impression as though those statements he's making are an authority on their own. It cannot be. A true Democrat will respect the rule of law.
Yes.
And that is why we decided to respect him. You know, ladies and gentlemen of the press, NPP, our tradition is to respect rule of law.
Yes.
It's out of deference to Mr. Speaker. That is why we did not enter the chamber. That we should share in that chaos theater with them. Never.
Never.
We will not. MPP will not. We will not. Therefore, don't be swayed by their lies and their propaganda. The chaos they started is what they want to end. We will not allow that.
And you always say, typically they are stupid. And some no any basis. And you see, there's one thing after your marking, or they destroy the NPP. His consistent attack on Speaker of Parliament. Consistent attack. Every platform he gets, or just a speaker and a colleague. Every platform he gets. Because from day one, they have never respected Speaker of Parliament. One, because in their head, not Otisema Kukwe are or partisan. But you see, continuously, Speaker Alban Bagbin has proven, say, on your party dog. Majority of the time, he takes decisions that the NDC is not happy with. Two, they don't respect Speaker of Parliament because of ceremony. I am telling you, the NPP, typically that's how they are. From the DAE Alban Bagbin, two things they have never accepted it. Or yet, they have never accepted his leadership. And secondly, they have always said, Alban Bagbin in the MPP head or NDC, but when you look at the way Alban Bagbin has conducted himself in this hung parliament, now compare when Michael Quay was in parliament as the speaker, not NPP one majority, you could see Michael Quay was a party dog. PDS, E-Levy, Sankwasi Assembly Ninano, Michael Quay made sure that this stupid party passed it. But you see, the respect of Omunima speaker is because they think, or especially after Markin, he thinks, because party no woman, I can for party, and speaker your tenny, and speaker your NDC, so that respect he will never give speaker. But when you look at speaker status, now share a filthy, dirty riffraff, a rapist like after Markin, a pedophile defender, a criminal who sleeps with everybody's wife, sleeping with judges. Such a dirty soul sits and tries to disrespect speaker. You could see there's a problem. And I think majority of Impenifor Ghana, you should be worried. The consistent disrespect and attack from this MPP pigs, their leader, on Alban Bagbin is a worry, it's a problem. Now, Alban Bagbin, Onire, Bojinsa Oni Ebusia, Bojinsa Oni people who revere him and respect him. Bojinsa Oninkophobia, they cherish him. So why would Afenyo Markin, a dirty riffraff who has not achieved anything, when it comes to politics, be standing on TV every day trying to make it look like, Speaker Bagbin? Speaker Bagbin, Eya Kwarabi. They don't respect her. From the DAE, Alban Bagbin as a speaker, Ose Chairman Sabosu has never respected him. Because in his head, Alban Bagbin is turning. And the bench of the NPP from the day changing from Akuffo from 2017, they have never respected Speaker Bagbin. When was the last time you saw the NPP MPs, NPP leadership in Parliament? When was the last time I saw NPP leadership or Parliament? Never. They don't respect Int'l. The party, the leadership, they don't see Int'l as human beings. And no matter the position of the matter, NPP core, they will never respect you. Mr. Ben out say from 1992, you be a MPP. when we 10 years with the MPP anymore parliament first and second, when will be that? You never see anything like that. Because our party, they've structured it in such a way, say, there are some group of people or more Ghana, some tribal, they see them to be lower than them. Into some before Sadi Penny be party. And internet, they are struggling in parliament. From Oseche Mensabonsu to A.Markins. That is why. Because the party has never recognized a Northerner, and also what they are trying to do is undermine Alban Bagbin because of the party he's coming from. It is a own study here. What they are doing is out of disrespect for the man and his tribe, where it's coming from. It is not anything. Because you see, it is even so difficult for them to go to him with him, because Akroma MPP for no, they see themselves say then at anyway and they don't understand, they don't get it, and continuously you saw say the same happen. You saw the way he disrespected the man every time. They go behind the scenes, he will come and try to disrespect because they don't see the party. They don't see themselves as people they have to lower or come so low to respect Alban Bagbin. Into the party, the MPP former parliament, they don't respect the man. Me say, take your time and analyze the NPP. Now, I'm free. Hear what Omumubi Eka.
Let's call a spade a spade. In fact, the interpretation being given to 97.1G to very weird.
Which
I'm not the interpretation of vacation of a member.
Okay.
Indeed,
I talk about the Okwe interpretation.
Okwe interpretation was very wrong.
It was wrong.
And it is equally wrong this time also.
Okay.
But to me, why are we just playing politics around this constitutional provision? It is very unnecessary. And it has happened in subsequent times, even prior to Okwe's ruling. Mm-hmm. And if Okwe was wrong, does it mean that we have to repeat what is wrong? I don't think so. And let us not take Ghanaians for granted. So I am very disappointed at the spectacle that we are seeing. We need to consider the enterprise Ghana first. What is it that would be in the interest of the country that we need to pursue? And for us, we are behaving as school children who are fighting over seats or fighting over sides of the teacher. These things are not necessary.
But do you tell your colleagues these things?
No, I tell everybody. I don't have to. In fact, I'm very disappointed with the total behavior of Parliament. I'm very disappointed. And I'm wondering, could it have been better? And so we call ourselves honorable. What we are doing is honorable enough. And when we go to Parliament, we leave, instead of conducting business, this one is saying that, this one is saying that. I'm indicting the whole House, both sides. And I'm
Are you willing to sit on the minority side?
I'm disappointed. If we vote and we come out to be minority, we have sat on the minority side before. Mm-hmm. In fact, my colleagues who were in the 5th Parliament and 6th Parliament, they were in a minority, they sat there.
True. And
indeed, if you look at the Constitution, and if you read the 97, particularly read from the beginning of 97.1, you say in Parliament, in Parliament, there. If you change whilst you are there, it's not futuristic. So this one, we shouldn't waste too much time. I'm telling you that I was so disappointed with the ruling of Professor Okwe. And I have But that doesn't mean that we have to continue to be belaboring the point. If today
I've told you, Wemo Omwe Jimmy, appear could be a cocaine you more better TV so. Ready? Well, instead of him to be bold to tell them, Omo leadership said they are being stupid, he is trying. If Michael K was wrong, when Michael K was wrong, you use your stinking ass to clap. And use that his wrong decision to incur a lot of debt on Ghana. You knew Michael K was wrong. And because that wrong decision was favoring you people to destroy our economy, you clapped. Today, you are trying to justify Michael K's stupidity. The question here is, it's not about Michael Kwe being wrong and Speaker being wrong. It's about your leadership, NPP, your leadership. Who told Speaker to come and open Parliament? Are you entitled to any seat in Parliament? No. Akwa yakoka yomo on beso benyini. Oh sorry anopa boy for ebi ni o. Adia be chini wo. And so sorry anu twide ni no aka yomo no abetena ho o montete nchen ma mento aboy abuofunu. Boy for bi o dan ne ho a odumi bodogi akwa ya wogini se wo bunyina akwaje nchene. Akwa ya wogini bisawi obese o se wo bunyina akwaje nchene e wo Somalia. Wemu odane ne ho a bue na de achi wakotwe yombo 2024 adentira ompeso be so wanyini ompeso be so enche ne owu ne siase nyina e brown otiti bi so ne minimu sa ponchireni koto de ne bodwe. Instead of him being honest to say our leadership has gotten this wrong and that we need to listen to the speaker, we are not supposed to run to Supreme Court no otiti TV so no kekan kwasi asem we enche no almost say kuro no hwe omo free parliament he jimi omo.
The speaker has made a ruling barring them from coming to the parliament. Supreme Court is reversed it. It is for the speaker to sit up there and tell the House that his decision has been reversed, and so we
be reversed if you are not seated. Honorable, you say you are going to cite the speaker for contempt. That is not properly complete. I mean, how would the speaker reverse his decision?
Again, I'm saying that you either want to take leave of your senses or you listen to what I am saying. If you are not prepared to listen to what I'm saying and just listen to your own voices, we're not going to get anywhere. Look at the paucity of cameras. Everybody is listening, but you don't seem to be listening and concentrating on what I'm saying. It is not a question of our presence in there or not. It is for the speaker. If it is only about 100 people who are coming to the room there, minority and the majority will constitute the composition of the House in its entirety, which never comes in there, provided that we have enough to constitute the House and then start business of the House. We should do it. So even if he had 99, which is 1/3 of what to form the quorum, it was for the speaker to make the announcement in the House that his ruling has been stayed, has been overset. Accordingly, minority back to where you were, majority back to where you have been. That is the simplest solution that we're talking about.
You say you're going to cite him for contempt.
Yes.
When are you doing this?
Watch the space.
Watch the space. I mean, finally, the speaker says that the majority has failed to convene the business meeting yesterday,
you see,
so that they can put the business for this emergency.
I keep saying that first things first. First is for the speaker to declare in that House the same way as cathedral, the same way he did to make that. Well, you can keep on making that foolish statement. It doesn't take you anywhere. But what it is that it is for the speaker to sit up there and make the pronouncement that the Supreme Court is already overset his decision, and accordingly we should come back and sit where we sit. Then the business of the House begins.
Just briefly,
you see, in the whole Ghana, Penina with Jimmy Panic Etiamon. And I blame the media. This foolish idiot is insulting you. Kwasia we in Kenya mo media ne Ghana for taxpayers money. Uncle we would da. Then kwala brim no mental problem. Ojina in front of the media to tell you are fools. Not but the camera dinechi. Jimmy way. They be a man for see you heard the language he used. Yatrane using the same language. Obibeka se Kevin Muke Tiamon. Kwasia we. Shekasa ne free na noba. We a member of parliament. Kwasia ampenyi we. Na okwa dansia so kwa na nipa ebusi ekoto aba ma Jimmy we. Hwe asem free na noba. Say journalist omu joy yankwasiafo omu e Jimmy fo. Na yeda ho de Mike dinechi. Akwa ne hu fi we a oye illegal lawyer we. Na nya Ghana ne ye Jimmy a ehede na KTM ontumi ye MP ebe ye minister. Enye MPP no mo ye mwa. And you see, with Jimmy no parliament for a long time, right now he thinks it's funny. And he right Jimmy we swama. Now Julian say, so when Jimmy we don't recognize him. So every small space he gets, now they didn't kwasiasem or disrespect even the media. Imagine a journalist had made the same statement, the fully of the parliamentarians or their senses have left them. Again, say a journalist stood on TV to make that statement. What would this fool say? But this is the situation. A fool like Katie Hammond, Kwasiabi. I don't respect people who don't respect others. I don't respect old men or elderly people who pretend to be stupid. Katie Hammond, this guy, how long has he been in parliament? Almost 30 years. And I'm so free. The constituency, eh? Menokaze 2020.
Hey, any date is 6 November. You go by the Sango Quine. Hey, MPP Abang, Yamisram Watson. MPP Abang, Yamisram. Hey, my Nina, ye, no one can who quote out by the Sango Radiango, ye, Yatin Futru Match, MPP Abang, Yamisram. Ye, and you would MPP Abang, you MPP Abang, ye, MPP Abang. Any date is 6 November. You go by the Sango Quine. Hey, MPP Abang, Yamisram Watson. MPP Abang, Yamisram. Hey, my Nina, ye, no one can who quote out by the Sango Radiango, ye, Yatin Futru Match, MPP Abang, Yamisram. Ye, and you would MPP Abang, you.
I got 30 days near Kotwaba. Shadibi Okoye. Ye mubi ye Jimmy, Kwasi be party didn't a mujum. MPP Abang. A quino, ye the great Abefaso. And you could tab goose near the sapati guso. Kwasiano, you know your video, no, Obesa Kosala could t-shirt. Ye Jimmy. Katie Hammond. O we are not got an crying. Kohani estate gun crying. O the gentle of what is impunam. Kwasiawo yo, san or the yo more than Zasqua. And this last but say, San and I are forget and answer Katie Academy say me, Adansiasqua and free, Kevin Rubet my boss, a boofunu. Adansiasqua Katia, what's the aim? This is your constituency. Onan swase yedukoji besen elbokida. Otiti in crying so ti radio so constituency ni ukromu nie. Hwese bia ye okwan. O MP na ojimi ne ho no. O be ka kire me say mintumi metwem nko e wasante asokwa nkobo ase. Na wo ye peta na nka wo ye nkwan be de obeye. And I don't deal with such dirty people again. This is 30 days to election for the KTM constituency. Now my men chiro at the Kudientia MPP person call parliament. They are insisting say speaker and cast over majority. My men chiro at the Kudientia person yes sir. My men chiro. One reason hey. My men chiro ni ampon. The reason tia NPP for eye de bebrebe ende o Ghana say omo pese speaker cast over majority keke. They want to do one thing. This is what they want to do. Yeah. You see this? One district, one factory, I'm saying 335 million tax waiver request. Full list of 42 beneficiary companies. NPP 4% almost pass the tax waiver, no? $335 million. Almost say one district, one factories, almost tax waiver, almost tax, almost sika waiver, it's right now, no? After your marking, any MPP for the percent speaker cast over a majority. Now, omo parliament beka say, sa ayesika we omo dia chair, omo ebie, omo di omo din to companies in kete so na omo friend now one district, one factory. Into one after your marking over 12 companies in the one district, one factory. 12. And a nyina no ehye sa list nim. And omo di aba parliament say, sa list no parliament approve. Now, omo pese speaker kasa omo ye majority keke. No ma kwose se omo nyina ba parliament no ma kasa ya giatum. Enti adekodi entia omo ye dede nyina no, they just want that recognition. Sene be ya omo beba parliament no ma kasa $335 million no. Ya giatum because 30 days no omo pese omo passes ade way. Enti dede omo ye nyina no because under 1D 1F no omo ankase bie companies and omo di ahyehyɛ ase and omo so oh we nyina companies are aban ebe ma omo tax waiver. Now I was a parliament egitum said $335 million no ya dia che companies no companies ni omo dia omo be so fe kire ko yisika no omo che and nuntina they are so pissed off say adentina speaker enyo omo majority. It is a speaker ABS opportunity no more. No because of a majority on parliament almost say any majority are passing. That is all. It's all about $335 million. Because remember, 1D 1F companies organ in MPP for there. And remember, about 80% of those companies, they don't exist physically. All of them are on paper and they are registered in their names. Into the person me say, person me na pass and parliament sorry. And nothing they are so pissed off. They want speaker to say into Katie Amonda or see Argentina speak about parliament. First things first, when they can declare some majority, because that's all that they need. They need to be recognized as majority. Now I'm pass $335 million free. No mukudi. Mamencho, Mrs. Now, Oshe a year time Omokase Parliament and reconvening and I say Alban Bagbin NBA Parliament now. Omudi a year statement in the bayano. Oshe statement in moi, Omudi Shemu say tax waiver of $335 million. Omo person mudi hujuma ni menim heya. Into this is the statement, Mamencho. This is the statement. Omoka say, and time on bay release statements on Alban Bagbin NBA Parliament, in their statement, Mami and Lajino, Oshe a year. Number 1 now, urgent matters for consideration now. Number 1, request for tax exemption for designated beneficiaries under the one district, one factory. They just want Alban Bagbin to come and open parliament, recognize them as majority, and then the $335 million That is all. Mamencho, hey, look at this. Well, the companies now almost say a year 1D1F. These are the companies. These are the companies are almost omuna tax waiver. These are the companies. The list in the now Osha company now Osha list now companies in you. B5 Plus Limited, $11 million on Jinkudi. Yes, a tax waiver on Jinkudi. A year Ferro Fabric Limited, $8 million. Everpure Holdings, $1.7 million. Miro Forestry, $1.3 million. Snedder Transformers Technologies Limited, $994,000. CK Engineering and Construction Limited, $332,000. Let's see. Ebimoje as high as 22 million. Ebimoje company to say Sunda Ghana Limited Investment, $22.8 million. Yes, a tax the waiver on fire. Yeah, they quite command qua. Company be at to say a year Keda Ghana Ceramic Company Limited, $15 million tax waiver. Wait till some person on parliament no. Yam from majority keke no pass it. $335 million. Akuffo the companies fa. Some companies are existed. About 90% of them umuda. Almost in one district, one factory. I see. Companies we majority. Company be to say Centio Oil, number 32, Centio Oil, $164 million. Unim Centio Oil, okay. Centio Oil no dia why dia kusibuate India. Sa oil refinery no so be tamano kusibuate India. $164 million. Kusibuate ni business partner ne Bawumia. Afiwati. Centio Oil na almost say a private company or mankasa be oil refinery no. Then Ghana buying a tax waiver of $164 million. Kusibuate India. Every single money in Centio Oil kusibuate India. And it's a kusibuate and the oil campaign no. And it's not Kusibuate and Bawumia Bawumia campaign. Kusibuate na meka Bawumia be winning. This $164 million Eko Kusibuate was straight. Almost these companies are one district, one factory. Inti almost per se aye Alban Bagbin eka so mo majority no meka say yes ya pass it inti right now no ye na majority. That is all. There is nothing else. Inti companies no. This is the second list. The companies, Omunye, into Ukwa, the final page of the document, tax waiver request under 1D1F program, May 2024. Obasewa $335.72 million. Your Rick Part Company, $366 million. $1,000. Rishon, Ecopoly, your companies BG $2 million. Ebimoji 1.9. Ebimoji. Our last company, Grand Chem Limited, $12.6 million. These companies are so many under 1D1F as NPP 4% Omoba Parliament Ebejitum And Nintina Omni Alban Bagbin air contokwana every day. After your market, what 12 companies womb 12. Int'l also the speaker term or the dinner tema. It is because on TSS speaker Ember Parliament and Int'l di Mikako in Supreme Court. And Int'l di Mikako Sunuma Mehono because or catch your Sunuma me say the companies near Omodia Akuffo the deal with more than dear 12. Or Sunuma me make sure say in 24 hours no Wama Alban Bagman I reverse him or my majority no passes the idea way. And Nuntina Muhu de Muhuno. That is why you are seeing what you are seeing in Parliament. There's nothing more. Nothing should surprise you. Me say, mon checking the last but 2 company number 32 no. Central Oil Refinery Limited, $164 million. Sa oil refinery company what temano. Sa company na eye kusibuati ne yerediano. Omunko aje $164 million. My job here is done. I keep telling you, I'm just a messenger or a Quran. A messenger who is ready and willing to speak truth to power. Thank you very much to my production team. Thank you very much.
Okay, abusunya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so A.Markins na so ayeshia international media ebo aban bagben abaso no na say almost so expose A.Markins ne sex act with Supreme Court judges are enye asem keto akra ebere abidwafo na say omoje pene kokoti sa audio no edemai aha POG Media so medamase